What's up, everyone? Coach Corey here again. Hope you're having a great day today. Today we're going to go over a little internal rotation of the hip, all right? So what's internal rotation of the hip? If you're familiar with any of the videos we've done in the past, you probably should have seen what external is. And it's weird because they kind of look opposite, but internal is basically in a standing position. You pull your knee into 90 and you rotate that ankle to the side without hiking this hip up here. So it's hiking this hip up here. So that's about my end range internal rotation. All right. Now, this video we're gonna be in 90-90. So what is 90-90? I'll show you from a front view here. You take your hip joint, your hip bone, okay? And you it's a bony little spot here in your hip. I want you to create a 90-degree with, in my case, it's my left leg, okay? It's actually like 90 here, then from that left knee to my right knee, it's another 90 degrees here, and then from my right hip to my left ankle, it's another 90, all right? So I'm gonna show you all the work today from a side view. Now, like I showed you that internal rotation, and you look at your right leg here, I'm basically in hip abduction, abduction as high as I can go, and fully internally rotated, okay? So how this is going to work, all I care about is what we're gonna do here, and if this is uncomfortable for you, you don't necessarily have to have that front leg in 90. You can actually pull that foot in a little bit closer, and that might help help with some tension in that front leg, etc. Because I don't really care about the front leg as much as I care about the rear leg. That's the stuff we're working today, okay? So if you can keep it that way, perfectly fine. All we're gonna do here is we're going to rotate our torso back towards this right heel. And as we do that, I want you to see if you can sit your butt down closer to the ground, and you can drop your hands back behind you. You might have to lean a little bit further back, okay? As far back as possible to kind of give some more blood flow here. It's not as comfortable for most people to sit straight up. But again, I'll do that one more time. Hands drop back behind, rotating our torso and trying to sit your sit bone or your butt closer to the ground as you rotate towards this heel, okay? Now, all we're gonna do here is 2 minutes of breath, slow breath in, slower breath out, okay? We're gonna run through a set of pails and rails here, set of liftoffs and a set of holds. And yeah, and then we'll move forward from there. So for pails and rails today, what you're gonna be doing for pails is, I'm gonna come out of position for a second, but you stay where you're at. So I want you to think that you're going to, for pails, from the stretch tissue, rotating this ankle through the ground to this front side, okay? You're gonna build up tension, 20, 40, 60, 80, safest, greatest, max effort. Then we're gonna hold that for some time, and then immediately, based on my cueing, we're gonna do rails. And rails is the opposite. So rails is attempting to lift that heel to the ceiling. I tell you right now, it's not gonna actually move, okay? If it can move, then you're not in your actual end range, and I want you to sit a little bit deeper into that stretch so that ankle can't actually lift off the ground. All right, another great cue I love for this and I teach all my clients is, imagine right now, your foot is on a scale, okay? And this foot is just, the scale is saying it weighs about 1 pound. Now for the pails portion, the very first portion, you're building up from 1 pound, working your way all the way to about, let's just say 10 pounds of pressure is your 100% max effort, all right? So we'd hold that 10 pounds for about 10, 15 seconds. Then when we go to rails, knowing that our foot started at 1 pound of pressure, I want you to take back down from that 10 to the 1, and then you're trying to get as light as you can on the scale. So 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, fluttering, trying to be super light. So if I were to try to lift this heel off the ground, it should be sitting and trying to teeter off my fingertips or on my palm, okay? All right, so we're gonna go for round 1. Take a breath in, irradiate, drive that front knee down, split apart the floor here, creating that upper body tension, abs are nice and tight. Now trying to rotate that foot through the ground, knee goes into the ground, ankle goes into the ground, trying to rotate from this stretch stuff I have in my capsule of my hip here, okay? 20%. Start to build effort and make your way to 40%. Ooh, Woo. It's getting a little bit heavier there, about 4 pounds of pressure on our way to 10. Find 60, oh baby, yeah. We're about 6 pounds of pressure, make sure the rest of your body matches. 80, now safest, but your greatest max effort here. Whoo. Rotating, trying our best to rotate that heel to where Zelly's face is in this video. Squeeze and breathe, everything is solid for 6. Hold for 5, hold for 4, I know, it's fun. 3, 2, now here comes the real fun part. Rails effort, not letting that hip rotate forward, trying our best instead to try to smash the ankle into the ground, trying to lift off of the ground. So you feel kind of that top hip stuff, top quad stuff, top calf stuff. Hold that for 5 more seconds. Oh man, hold that for 4. Yeah, baby. 3, 2, 1. Now here's the kicker. Relax. See if you can sit a little bit closer to that ground with that butt. See if your body allows you a little bit more torso rotation to the ankle. In this case for me, I was granted a little bit more. Now that stretch, oh boy, do I feel a bigger stretch right now, all right? So relax the body, slow breath in, slower breath out, okay? We're gonna do one more round, and then we're gonna go ahead and make some adjustments, do some lift-offs and some holds. All right. We're gonna imagine that 1 minute has passed. If it didn't for you, pause this video, let the 1 minute pass, break for a second, and then we'll go for round 2. Breath in, pack that air, split apart your hands in the back there, drive that knee into the ground, irradiate or squeeze all the muscles. Now actively start to rotate and get heavier on that scale with that ankle again, 20%. So 2 pounds of pressure on your way to 10. Work your way to 40%. We're deeper in the stretch here, so we're not gonna be as strong, but still try to give our best effort, okay? 60, oh yeah, here comes the fun. 80, woo, safest, greatest, max effort, driving that ankle through the ground, making sure that front knee is in the ground nice and hard, making sure our abs are tight, splitting apart the earth, giving your best effort, smashing that ankle to the ground, trying to rotate it to the front. Hold for 5, hold for 4, hold for 3, hold for 2, 1, and rails effort. Start to, instead of trying to smash the ankle, trying to lift the ankle off the ground up to the ceiling. You got this. Ooh, yeah. Oh baby, oh baby. If it cramps, keep squeezing. You might cramp here. It's okay, it's okay. That's adaptation. Hold, hold, hold. 5, hold 4, hold 3, hold 2, hold 1. Relax. See if you can sit a little bit deeper. See if you can rotate a little bit more. Slow breath in, slower breath out. 2 nice recovery breaths here. 1 more. All right, we're gonna come out of that position. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sit tall. We're gonna rotate back towards this front leg. Let me go ahead and show you from a front view. So I'm gonna block my hip right here with this hand. Other hand goes to the side. You might have to lean to the side a little bit. You might have to get to your elbows a little bit. You might have to come forward a little bit. Find what's best for you. This doesn't matter. Everyone's gonna be looking different, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit up nice and tall. Now, I'm gonna return back to that side view. Our objective now is to go ahead and see if we can lift that ankle up to the ground. Now, what I want you to be mindful of is if you move forward, say you need to rotate and you move forward. Now, I'm not gonna bring that chest back and then lift off again. I want you to keep your chest where it ends up, okay? And you're gonna lift from there. Now notice how high I'm able to lift up with my torso facing forward. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and try to scoot myself back to make it more challenging. I want you to imagine, you wanna be able to lift that heel up just enough to where I can slide my fingertips or a credit card underneath. Now for some of you, you might not even be able to lift up at all, and totally cool. I started there too when I first got into this. Now what I want you to imagine is just like the pails and rails. So since you can't lift it up, I still want you to make effort to lift it up, all right? Just because you can't do it today doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. We have to start somewhere, all right? So find that position that's best for you. We're gonna take a nice breath of air in, pack that in our stomach, and we're going to lift off for 10. And we're gonna pretend there's a parachute on my foot, and I'm gonna slowly lower it down and lift off for 9. Slowly parachute down and lift off for 8. Slowly parachute down, lift off for 7. Slowly parachute down, lift off for 6. Slowly parachute down, lift off for 5. Slowly parachute down, lift off for 4, slowly parachute down, lift off for 3, slowly parachute down, lift off for 2. You guys got this, come on. Slowly parachute down, last one, best one. Lift off for 1 and slowly parachute down. Relax for a second, shake that out, catch a breather, drink a glass of water. Now, what we're gonna do on the next portion is passive range holds. All right, so how passive range holds are gonna work is basically how they explain. We're gonna pull ourselves into our passive range. We're working active on that last one. Now we're gonna get our passive, which are 2 different, okay? So in this case, you're gonna use that backhand. If you have like a towel, a yoga strap, I want you to grab that. If you can't grab with your hand in particular like I can, all right, Zelly, go get your toy. Now, we're going to lift that up, and what might happen is your hip's gonna try to rotate. I want you to mitigate that, okay? Notice how nothing moves. I'm just able to pull that ankle up as high as possible. I want you to take a breath in. You're gonna irradiate, squeeze everything, and attempt to lift the foot off the hand. It's not gonna move, okay? Then we're gonna slowly remove that bottom hand, and you're gonna hold for 5. Hold for 4. It's gonna lower, it's totally cool, but try to keep it high. 3, 2, 1, relax. Bring that back up to your very end range. Take a breath in, irradiate, attempt to lift off the hand, and slowly remove that hand. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, relax. Oh man, 3 more. Yep, it's fun, I know. I feel it too. Breath in, irradiate, attempt to lift off, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, relax. Catch that with the hand again. Pull all the way back up to your very end range. Breath in, irradiate, slowly remove that hand and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 4, 1 more. Relax, catch it. Breath in, take it to your very end passive range, irradiate, and attempt to lift off and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly control it down. Shake that out. Ooh, I know, I feel it too, don't worry. So, normally for myself, kind of play with it, see how well my body responds to just doing 1 set each side. Maybe next time try 2 sets each time. 3, play with the number of lift-offs, play with the seconds of holds. You can do 5 seconds, 10 seconds, etc. In this case, for the sake of this video, we'll only do 1 set. Now I want you to kind of rewind this video, go ahead and do the other hip. So you'd have your right hip in front 90 and your left hip in rear 90. Rinse and repeat that side. Then I would check in at the very end. You should have did cars before this video. Forgot to remind you at the beginning, but I'm reminding you now. So I would go ahead and do the opposing side, then check in with the hip car. Kind of want to see how I feel after the work, because again, your training should make you feel better, not worse. All right. Now, side note, if you didn't watch the closing angle joint pain, if you have any sharp stabbing or pinching pains, I want you to back out of that range until you don't have those pains and work from there, okay? If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, go ahead and shoot me a DM on Instagram. Drop it in the discussion board here. Just let me know if you have anything. I will gladly clarify, and I'm happy to help. Hope this helps you guys. Hope you have a great day. Happy gains. Thank you.